Hey, what's up? Tour 904, day 25 of the Big Red Van build. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the button. Give me a like if you like what I'm doing. Today we're going to be running electrical and setting up the electrical system for this van. First thing I got to do is run a wire all the way from the front up there, from the battery, back to here to where we're going to have the junction box. I got an MPPT Renogy DC to DC charger, which means the alternator will be charging both the battery in the van, and we'll be coming back here and running through the MPPT charger, or DC to DC charger, and charging the batteries while you're driving. So we'll put it on time lapse. Watch me tear this van apart a little bit to get the wire from here back, from the front to the back, and then we'll start setting up the electrical back here, and we'll go into further explanation when we Okay guys, it's actually the next day. I was able to get this wire run all the way up to the starting battery. If you watch the time lapse on that, I was actually able to run it along the floor line and down to here. I've already got the fuse attached. This will go on the wall, and the black will go to the negative terminal on the battery. Then I'll hook up the MPPT DC charger. Got to get the inverter installed, and I built a little shelf here. So I've actually got one battery down here, another battery up here, and I may actually extend this up and put a top on it, so I can actually put some components along the top here. Basically trying to isolate all the electronics over in this corner to save as much storage room as possible, and then the plumbing will go on the other side. So anyways, put this on time lapse, get all this stuff installed, and then I'll come back and do a recap and explain how everything works. Okay guys, that's the end of day 25-26, the electrical install. Day 25 was pretty much running the wire from the front battery back here, which comes in, and I'm going to show you another video. Going to go to another video. Let's go to that other video right quick. So let's move in a little closer here, and I'll show you. So basically, this wire here runs down. Oh, this wire here, sorry. This wire here runs down through there, all the way back to the front seat where the battery is. So when we're driving the car, the alternator will charge the starter battery and will send a current back to here. And then we've got an 80 amp breaker here. That will come into the Renogy DC to DC and MPPT charger. So that electric will come in here. It'll charge I've got it already preset with a battery check here where it's blue. It's flashing blue. That means we're running off of lithium. There's a little button right down here on the side, right there, just below this green thing. You click that a number of times to go from green, yellow, red, whatever, depending on what type of battery you have. Since I have lithium, I need it to be blue, which it is. The light's flashing red means that it's actually charging. And then it goes from in through here and then back out. Then we have a 70 amp breaker. It goes through there and then into the battery bank itself. We got both the batteries here, one below the other. They're both 200 amp hour batteries, 400 amp hours total. I set it up to where I've got the terminals on each side, on the top one up here and the bottom one down here, to make it a little easier to hook everything up. I was just really trying to get it to look nice and tidy. Comes out of the battery and goes into this 250 amp fuse before it goes into the 200 watt Renogy inverter. And then I'll also be running a wire off of here that will go to this DC bus fuse blocks. It'll probably be mounted over here to the side, and then everything that's running off of DC will come off of here. Everything that's running off of AC will come off of here. When I get in the next day or two, we're going to hook up the solar. The solar will come into this port right here. So you'll have alternator coming in here, solar coming in here, and then this is your out. So going to the battery. And then you just have one negative spot. All the negatives come back to this one location. And then I ended up buying the extra Bluetooth module. You hook in here and you can actually put an app on your phone that gives you all the information that this thing's reading. And then there's a temperature mode module that comes out of here, and basically you just have to have this on or as close to one of the batteries, and it tells if it starts getting hot, it'll turn off charging. And then I've got a negative bus bar right here. And then from Shore Power, I've actually got a 2-bank 10 amp Gen Pro NOCO Genius. And if you look, now they're both off now because it's charged. But when you hook up, you're going to want to go from there. Let's see if I can get in here a little closer. The first one is just regular 12 volt, then it goes to AGM, and then it kicks over to blue, and that lets you know you're charging in lithium mode. But both of them are charged up, so it just turns itself back off. Once they get to a certain charge, the charger turns off. And both of these, mode 1 and mode 2, are hooked into each battery, so you're getting 10 amps per battery of charge when you're hooked up to Shore Power. So anyways, that's it for now. Just wanted to do a little recap. I think it turned out really nice and tidy back here. I didn't want it taking up too much room in the garage. As you can see, it doesn't take up much room at all. The dresser will go in right here, and will back right up to the electrical stuff. So that stuff will be back into a nice little nook back there. And then also, if you remember, the bed that sits up here, I installed the piano hinge. So the bed platform is basically 70 percent of the bed is one board, and then another 30% is a smaller board on a piano hinge, so it can actually lift up. So you can lift and flip this thing all the way open, so you can get in here to all your electronics really easily. And that's something you want. You want to be able to check, see what's going on, and not have to climb through a bunch of stuff or take a bunch of stuff apart. So anyways, that's it for the electrical today, and we'll be working on the solar tomorrow. Okay guys, I hope that explained the dynamics of how this electrical system is working. Just a couple things that I didn't share in the close-up version. We end up using a Renogy DC to DC MPPT 50 amp controller, 2 lithium batteries, 200 amp hour on both of those. Renogy 2000 watt inverter, NOCO Genius Gen Pro 10X2, which means it's a 2 battery, 2 bank unit. And then I've got a Blue Sea battery terminal bus here that I'll be mounting, probably about right there. I'm thinking either there or over here one, I don't know. And then this will run out to everything that's running off of DC. DC will have the hot water heater will run off of DC, the refrigerator, the water pump, the lights, some other things too I can't think of off the top of my head. The fan for the roof. So yep, that is it for today. I hope you guys liked it, and thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. I'll put a link in the description for all the equipment that we used, all the fuses and controllers and chargers that we used in this build. So if you're interested in using the same thing or want to look at and see what I used a little close up and all the specs for everything, you can pull that up. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to start working on the solar install, so stay tuned.